Hey guys, Rook Knight here. Thanks for joining me. I wanted to show you a little emergency pick set I made. What I did basically was bought every single replacement jackknife pick that SouthOrd has, and I took a little bit of brass. This is 1/8 brass, and I took a couple washers for spacers, and I peened the brass onto it to lock it in place, and all you got to do is collect the rest of them, and then you have yourself a quick little emergency pick. Like I said, this isn't for everyday picking. It probably would be cumbersome and annoying, but if you're in an emergency and this thing can fit just about anywhere, very tiny, very small, and it was only 15 bucks in about 10 minutes of your time. You can't beat that. Every other one that I seen that was similar to these were $25 and up to 60. I mean, just for a covert picking set like this. Not to mention, SouthOrd sells their jackknife around what, 40, 60, depending on where you go. But they do sell their pick replacement tips for the jackknife for $9.90 plus shipping comes to $14.80. I'm always pinched for money, like I'm sure everybody is, and nice way of saying poor, and still want to do a hobby. So this was, I thought, a fun little idea to do, something that I could keep on me and put anywhere in my pockets, they won't be cumbersome and in the way. And I mean, I might have to bring a tensioner with me, or I could even make one. That's kind of the easy part, making a tensioner out of something, but trying to make a pick tip is a little bit more of a challenge. We'll maybe do some tests with it and see how it goes, but I thought if anybody's interested, I'll pop up a video here, do a little play-by-play on exactly what I've done and how I did it, and stick around and I'll go through it with you now. Alright, here we go. We got the 6 SouthOrd pick tips, and all you're going to really do is bunch them all together, make sure they're oriented in the right direction. Get some tape, make sure it's not too sticky. You want it to come off, it's just to hold them in place, nothing special. Wrap that around a few times, make sure it's secure. And you're going to take your brass. Like I said, it's 1/8 inch brass. Alright, so just making sure that it fits, and it's a nice fit. Once you peen it, you will have a snugger, tighter fit. I'm just showing here that you need to cut a small piece off, and right here you'll have a small piece. And then the washers that I have here are just 1 millimeter thick. Doesn't matter how big the hole is. It's just to make sure the size is even on both sides. So what I did here is put one on underneath, one on top, and then marked it so I knew where to cut it. And basically that's it for that. Just wanted to show you here what it looks like. Also, the one side I did already sand and made it smooth, and I'll show you how I did that for the other side after I finish cutting this. But this is my quick and easy way of getting through it. Just attaching it to a drill, spinning the drill, hacksaw, jeweler saw, some kind of small saw, and just sawing while you're spinning the drill. Pretty simple, self-explanatory. Alright, I'm just making a mock-up fit, making sure we're good here. I do need to sand that other side smooth, so I'm going to put it inside the same side that I cut, because like I said, the previous side I already sanded and smoothed out nice and flat. And now I'm going to take the rough side and do the same. All you're going to need is just grab a file and some sandpaper for this part. This just helps when you go to peen it. It's nice, smooth, and consistent looking. So a couple of strokes with the file just to get the odds and ends from cutting it, and some sandpaper, some maybe 220, and it just spin it in place and it makes a nice clean looking end. Hard to see, but it's nice and smooth. It looks well. It's pretty important to get both sides nice and smooth, because when you're peening, any imperfections will pit and not look as good. So you want to make sure both of your sides of your pin look really well and clean. And basically, I messed up on the camera here, but what I did is I slipped the washer underneath and put the pin through and started hammering. That's about it. And I'm not going to show the whole video of me peening it, because it is just boring, and I'm sure you get the idea by now. But once I get this side peened pretty flat, I'm going to spin it over like I'm doing here and continue, and eventually I'll stick to one side, finish peening off one side, flip it over, finish peening that side, and that's about it. There's really not much to it. You want to get maybe some different grades of sandpaper out and finish up with that, maybe even a buffing wheel to polish it off to finalize the peening of the pin. But that's about it, and you got your end result. There we go, guys. There's a nice decorative look, and that's about it. Thanks for watching.